As I'm sure we all agree, today has been so powerful. Before I go on, I want to thank our students for being here today, and I want to welcome them back into the room. They've had their own session. Thank you very much. I'd like to thank our panelists, Martin, Daniel, David, and Rachel, for such a thoughtful discussion. My name is Regina Solanker, and I'm very proud to be the chair of our Jewish Community Relations Council, the JCRC, of the Greater Miami Jewish Federation. The mission of the JCRC is to educate, engage, and act, to shape public policy, and to pursue social justice. Today is a good example of that mission coming to life. As a people, it is vital that we remain vigilant, that we monitor and expose manifestations of anti-Israel and anti-Semitic sentiment wherever they occur. We need to interpret these trends for the larger community, as well as for the media, so that they too understand the dangers inherent in discrimination and intolerance. You were given advocacy toolkits today. The knowledge within them is invaluable. Please become familiar with them. Please share them with your friends, family, and neighbors. You can continue this conversation and find resources at JewishMiami.org. Today is an opportunity for awareness and for focus. There will be other opportunities to learn more through the JCRC and through the other organizations that are represented here today. Each of us has the responsibility and now the knowledge to act and to educate others. It is now my pleasure to introduce a special guest from the Consulate General of Israel to Florida and Puerto Rico, our good friend, Consul General Ofer Bavly.
Thank you. Good afternoon. I'd like to thank my friends Norman Brayman and Michael Adler for hosting this, and of course Federation staff and the best CEO that a federation could have, my good friend Jacob Salomon, who, by the way, wrote a fantastic piece in yesterday's Herald. And I welcome Israel's ambassador, Michael Oren. Michael, this is not UC Irvine. It's a different ballgame altogether, South Florida. Friends, Israel has faced many dangers since its establishment, and the Jewish people have suffered countless attacks and tragedies for millennia prior to that. From historic times through the diaspora, the pogroms, and the Holocaust, down to Israel's 7 wars and 2 intifadas, all our conflicts had one thing in common: a strong desire to eradicate Judaism and the people of Israel. After all attempts have failed, our enemies are now trying a different approach, that of boycotts, delegitimization, sanctions, and lawfare, the incessant attempt to hurt Israel in international fora, in academia, in the marketplace, and over world media. Make no mistakes about it, this new sort of attack on Israel is as damaging and dangerous, and perhaps even more, than previous rounds of attacks against us, using tanks and fighter planes, and it is gaining strength. The aim of the boycotters and delegitimizers is not to bring about a change in Israel's policy, as they would have you believe. They're not trying to push Israel into making more concessions to the Palestinians or to influence our actions. That is only the guise under which they operate in order to gain more support among the naive and the uninformed. Trying to convince us through discussion would have been legitimate. But the real illegitimate aim of the delegitimizers is to deny the people of Israel the basic right to live, to exist in our own democratic country, and to defend ourselves. When Israel's politicians and military officers are sued in the courts of England, Belgium, South Africa for defending Israeli lives, it undermines Israel's right to self-defense, thereby challenging our right to exist. In all Israel's wars, the IDF stood guard and protected our people at a terrible price, and with the support of millions around the world, most of whom were not active participants in the battlefield. Today, the modern war on Israel's right to exist is being fought in the international arena, in the media and universities, and on the internet. You are no longer passive observers. Today, each and every one of you can and should play a role in defending Israel and your own people by actively standing up to those who will deny Israelis and Jews the right to live. I commend you all for being here. I hope you come away with an even stronger determination to defend Israel's democracy and our right 63 years after independence to not have to fight for our legitimacy every single day. Thank you.